Hello and welcome. My name is Steve Rafter and I'm the Managing Director at Valley Manor Investment Management. I want to thank you for stopping in and checking out our video, and this is the first installment in our financial planning series. And today we're going to be discussing a very foundational concept that's going to really help you with making some better conscious decisions when it comes to your money. And what we'll be discussing today is the 5-step planning process. I'll be going through each of those 5 steps in a little bit of detail to help you get a broad understanding of how to map out for yourself what you want to be your financial plan. So let's get right into it. First off, what are the 5 steps in the financial planning process? You may have seen some different variations of these, but this is the core concept that you want to keep in mind. The first is going to be identifying your current situation. Where are you right now? Then you're going to want to identify and list out your goals and objectives. Where do you want to be? From there, you're going to want to identify and evaluate different solutions and alternatives to what you may currently be doing. And then beyond that, we're going to look at how you go about implementing the plan. And then finally, the 5th step in the process is to review and monitor the plan and make adjustments as necessary. So these are the foundational concepts that you want to keep in mind, and they can really help you with any decision making that you need to do or big goals that you have to work towards, not just when it comes to your money. So hopefully you find these steps to be very useful in helping you with putting a plan together for yourself. So starting with the first step, identifying your current situation. So what we want to be looking at here is exactly what it says. Where are you right now? So you want to account for what's your current income, what does your balance sheet look like, what do you owe, and what do you own? And from there, you want to also look at what are your monthly expenses. What is your lifestyle currently costing you? Get an idea of what kind of coverages you have in place, what kind of savings you have, all these different things. You really want to put together everything that's in your financial life right now so you know where you are. That's where you have to start. So once you get an idea of everything that encompasses your current situation, you can then move on to the second step. In the second stage of the financial planning process, we're going to be looking at what are your goals and your objectives. Essentially, where do you want to be? And I'd suggest spending a fair amount of time in this topic, really understanding what keeps you up at night, what stresses you out, and what you ultimately want to have happen with the monies that you've accumulated throughout your life. Now, when establishing these goals, I'd recommend utilizing the SMART principle. And I'm sure you've become familiar with this at some point in your life. But it really helps with setting goals that you're going to be able to attain. So what that means is you want to make sure that, number one, the goal is specific. All right, you know exactly what the objective is that you're looking to accomplish. From there, you want to make sure that it's measurable. You got to quantify these goals. And fortunately, in financial planning, it's a little bit easier to throw a number at what a lot of these things are going to cost, or what it's going to take to measure success with those goals. From there, you want to make sure that they're agreed upon objectives or that they're attainable. And then moving beyond that, you want to make sure that they're realistic. It's easy to put big, audacious goals out there, but if they're not realistic, it's going to be very difficult moving forward to them. You're going to find yourself disappointed. And then another very important concept or piece is making sure that they are time-based. You want to have an idea of when you want this objective to be accomplished, so that way you can measure your success and progress towards that goal. So keep the SMART principles in mind when establishing those goals, and they'll really help you move down the road when it comes time to start implementing the plan and then putting those actions really into place. So for everyone, the objectives are going to be very, very different. It depends on what your current life situation is and what you want to accomplish. It may be planning for retirement, saving for kids' college or their education, making sure that in the event something were to happen to you, that your loved ones are taken care of in the manner that you would like to make sure that they are. It could also be looking at efficient strategies when it comes to managing your money or gifting to charities or heirs of your choosing. Whatever the case may be, get together what your goals are and your objectives, and make sure that you're utilizing the SMART principles so that you can move forward with coming up with a plan to achieve those. Now, in the third step of the financial planning process, what we're going to be doing is evaluating the different alternatives and strategies that are available to you. Now, this step can be very challenging, but I'm confident a lot of the folks out there have the ability to be able to do a lot of the research on their own and make sure that they can put those strategies in place in a very efficient manner. But if you don't, certainly reach out and get the guidance of a professional that can guide you down the right path and make sure that you don't make mistakes. But what you're going to be accomplishing or looking to accomplish in this step is reviewing different investment management alternatives that are available. So this could be looking at different money managers, different investment strategies, also looking at the different titling options that you have on the accounts, looking at different gifting strategies. Whatever the case may be, there's a lot that can consume you within this space, but you're going to want to be evaluating all the different paths that you can go down and make sure that you're able to identify an appropriate one for you. Now, moving beyond that, once you've identified what the course of action that you want to take is, you've got to do it. So in the fourth step, it's implementing the plan. It's opening up the appropriate accounts, it's purchasing the appropriate investments, it's making changes to the different types of protection or coverage that you have. It possibly could be including meeting with an attorney and drawing up an estate plan, reviewing your will or putting a will in place, possibly even some trusts. Whatever the case may be, in this stage, you need to execute the plan. Nothing's going to happen until you take action. And there's a million different reasons folks don't take action on their plans, but you're never going to be able to reach your objectives unless you take that action. So in step 4, you're going to be implementing the plan. Now, the fifth step, which is incredibly important, is to review your progress and then make adjustments as necessary. So what you want to be doing is, at least on an annual basis, it may be more appropriate to do it every 6 months or possibly even quarterly, whatever makes most sense for you. You need to review and evaluate your plan. See how you're doing in terms of progress to your goals, and see if anything has changed in your life or in the greater economy that might cause you to have to make some slight adjustments. So with this review process, you want to make sure that you're not abandoning your plan. You're still reviewing what are your objectives, what was it that you're looking to accomplish, and going through the entire process again and making sure that you're still moving towards your goals and that progress is being made. So once you have this plan in place, you're just going to constantly keep going through this cycle every single year. Where are you? What do you want to accomplish? What are the different alternatives or strategies that are available to you? Implementing the plan, moving forward, and then continuing to review. So if you keep these 5 steps in mind, whether it be with your financial planning or other goals that you may have in your life, I can assure you you're going to be much more inclined to achieve those goals or be more successful with them. So now that we've gone through the 5-step process in financial planning, hopefully you have a better understanding of where you currently are, what your goals and objectives are, and then some strategies that you can look to implement to help you move closer to attaining those goals. And as always, if you need any assistance going through your personal financial plan, or if you're having some challenges with your current strategy, don't hesitate to reach out and schedule a complimentary consultation where we can help you review your situation and make sure that you're on the right path. I want to thank you for stopping in and checking out our video series. I hope you found it of value, and we look forward to seeing you in the next installment in our financial planning series. Thank you and enjoy the day.